My pranams to all. Actually, my program was to start at 3:30 as scheduled, but because of the blessing of Shanishwara, that was delayed. And I am making my lecture on Manda's son, Mandi. So Manda is Saturn. Saturn generally delays everything. Saturn will only delay, but Saturn will never deny anything. Here, Saturn has delayed by 1 hour. That is his blessings. And my lecture here is on Mandi, that is son of Saturn. Manda is the name given to Saturn because Manda moves very slowly. So, the name Mandi is Manda's son. That is it. And here, I talk about Mandi. What is Mandi? And what is its special features and behavior in astrology? In Vedic astrology, Mandi's position is among the upagrahas or subplanets. In South India, particularly in Kerala, astrologers consider that the owner of the Mandi occupied house is potentially more dangerous than other malefics. Next slide here. When a benefic planet like Jupiter, if happens to be the owner of Mandi occupied house, all its benefic attributes will be lost. The relationship of Mandi in any form with a sign signifies mostly death and mortal souls apart from abomination and dirtiness. Next. We all know that Mandi or Guliga is an upagraha or subplanet. Just like Rahu and Ketu, these upagrahas also have no embodiments. Mandi, as its name signifies, is son of Manda. Like Saturn as Arki, son of Arka, sun. When a benefic planet like Jupiter, if happens to be the owner of Mandi occupied house, all its benefic attributes will vanish. Similarly, the sign dispositor of the Navamsha sign of Mandi is also considered as malefic. Next. There are two types of upagrahas in Vedic astrology. One is based on the position of sun, named as Dhuma, Vyadipada, Parivesha, Indrajaba, and Upagedu. There are 6 more upagrahas known as Kala, Mrityu, Ardhaprahara, Yamaganda, and Mandi and Guliga. Of these, Kala refers to sun, Mrityu to Mars, Ardhaprahara to Mercury, Yamaganda to Jupiter, and Mandi and Guliga to Saturn. It is to be kept in mind that all these upagrahas do not embody any physical bodies, but are nodes as Rahu and Ketu. As these nodal points have influences over all living and non-living bodies, they are deemed as grahas for all practical purposes in astrology. The next slide. I will just show how the Dhumadi groups of upagrahas are calculated. The graha is Mars and upagraha is Dhuma. The Dhuma is calculated by adding 133 degrees 20 minutes to the longitude of sun. So Duma is obtained. The longitude of Duma is obtained by adding longitude of sun plus 133 degrees 20 minutes. And Vedipada is the next one, that is that of Rahu, upagraha of Rahu. It is when the longitude of Dhuma is subtracted from Mandala. Mandala means 360 degrees. The whole 360 is, when longitude of Dhuma is subtracted from 360, we get Parivesha. I mean, Vedipada. And when longitude of Vedipada is added 180 degrees, we get Parivesha. It is also known as Paridhi. And when the longitude of Paridhi is subtracted from the mandala again, we get Indrajaba or Kodanda. That is the upagraha of Venus. Now, when from mandala the longitude of Parivesha is subtracted, we get Upagedu. And Upagedu is the longitude of Indrajaba. We get Indrajaba, and when Indrajaba is subtracted 360 degrees here is a slight mistake there. Longitude of Indrajaba plus 116 degrees 40 minutes, we get Upagedu. That is the 5 upagrahas used. But this is very seldom used in Jataka. Generally, these are considered in prashna only. Now, the next slide. The following table, there is a table I have given here, how Mandi is calculated. Generally, there are 2 schools of thoughts are there. Mandi and Guliga are different. Generally, the dead duration, that is 12 hours, is divided into 8 yamas. One yama is 3 nadiga and 45 vinadiga. And the 7th yama is given for Saturn. You can see from this chart here. Here, it is assumed that the day duration is 12 hours. That is, sunrise is from 6 a.m. and sunset is 6 p.m. So 12 hours day duration is divided into 8 parts, and the 7th part is given for Saturn. That is the rising time of Guliga or Mandi. On Monday, that is on Sunday, on Monday, it will be at 3 p.m. From 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. will be the rising time of Guliga. On Tuesday, it will be from 1:30 to 3 p.m. And Wednesday, it will be from 12 noon to 1:30 p.m. And on Thursday, it will be 10:30 to 12 noon. And on Friday, it will be 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And on Saturday, it will be 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Instead of using Nadiga and Vinadiga, I have used the hours time, that's all. And this is during Mandi rises 2 times in a day. Once in day and other one is from at night. The night time is calculated as the 5th day's daytime duration for Sunday. The next slide will show this. On Sunday, from 10:30 to 12 noon will be the Saturn's position. So the Guliga time will be during night time. 10:30 p.m. to 12 midnight is the rising time of Guliga. And on Monday, it will be 9 p.m. to 10:30. And on Tuesday, it will be 7:30 to 9 p.m. And on Wednesday, it will be 4:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. And on Thursday, it is 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. And on Friday, it is 1:30 a.m. to 3 a.m. and on Saturday it will be 12 midnight. This is exactly the fifth day's timing. Fifth day's day timing will be taken to the night time Gulika rising time. Okay. This is just for your information. But in Kerala, next slide, in Kerala, we consider 4 Nadigas for all these things. On Sunday, the rising time of Mandi. Mandi and Gulika are synonymous names. We do not consider Gulika and Mandi separately. As per the Prasamarga Acharya, we follow him. And on Sunday, at 26th Gadigas, the Mandi rises. And during night time, it will be on the 5th day, Thursday's 10th Gadiga, at night will be the rising time of Mandi during night. On Monday, it is 22 Gadigas, and night time it will be 6 Gadigas. On Tuesday, 18 Gadigas. This is from sunset time. Tuesday, it will be sunrise time will be from sunrise. 18th Gadiga is the rising time of Mandi, and 2 Gadigas after sunset will be the rising time of Mandi. So during daytime, the Gadigas shown here is from sunrise time, and on the other side, rising time during night is after sunset. Like that, Thursday 10 Gadigas and night time it is 22 Gadigas. It is exactly the 5th day's time is taken for during night. For Friday, 6 Gadigas after sunrise and 18 Gadiga after sunset. Saturday, 2 Gadigas after sunrise for daytime duration, and for nighttime rise, it is 14 Gadigas after sunset. This is the method used, and the longitude of Mandi is exactly the longitude of a child born at the time of rise of Mandi time. This is the method used in Kerala, followed in Kerala. Many people think that, next slide, many people think that Mandi and Gulika are different in their position. The astrologers of Kerala are of the school of thought that Gulika is synonym to Mandi, as opined by the author of the renowned Prashna Marga text, which was believed to be written some 374 years ago. We generally follow the Prashna Marga Acharya's idea only. As per this text, Mandi rises at 26 Gadiga after sunrise on Sunday, after 22 Gadigas on Monday, 18 Gadigas on Tuesday, 14 Gadigas on Wednesday, 10 Gadigas on Thursday, 6 Gadigas on Friday, and 2 Gadigas on Saturday. The rising time of Mandi at night will be at 10 Gadigas after sunset on Sunday. That is exactly at the 5th day's time, start time, and so on for the remaining. The longitude of Mandi is calculated just like a Lignospuda of a child born at the time of rise of Mandi. So, the day duration is divided by 8, and its 7th part is given to Saturn, and that period is termed as Gulika period or Mandi period. In Kerala, there is no Mandi and Gulika. There are always we consider Mandi only. Gulika is the synonymous name given to Mandi. As per this theory, Sunday from 22 Gadigas, 30 Vigadigas to 26 Gadiga, 15 Vigadiga is the Gulika period. As per Sage Parasara, the longitude of Lagna at the rise of Gulika is Gulika time, and the end time is 26 Gadiga and 15 Vigadiga. Is to be reckoned as per the Uttara Kalamurdam text, whereas Mandi is calculated for 26 Gadiga only. There is a notion that Mandi and Gulika are sons of Saturn. That is true. But this is the method followed in Kerala. Now, how Mandi is making aspects that is slightly different from general other planets. Unlike other grahas, Mandi has special complete aspect to second and 12th houses apart from the normal aspect like all grahas. The following is the dictum that explains the aspect of Mandi, namely, Dakshakshina Vayasthanam Vamena Vayabham Tatha. Dakshakshina, right? Mandi looks second house, looks right, and with a right eye to the second house, and Vayasthanam, left eye to the 12th house. Vamena Vayabham Tatha. Madhyena Saptamam Chaiva. From the direct look at the 7th house as all other planets looks. Madhyena Saptamam Chaiva Sada Pashyadi Mandaja. That is the dictum in Deva Prashna Muktavali I have quoted. So, Mandi looks on right and left, second and 12th houses with the full aspect, apart from the normal aspect of 7th house. Now, what are the effects of Mandi? The scholars of South India, and according to the prominent treatises in astrology, Mandi and Guliga are synonymous, so we can consider Mandi only for all applications. Among the subplanets, Mandi is the most powerful one that symbolizes challenges, hardships, perversion, death, abomination, foul substances, bereaved souls, etc. The presence of or connection in any form with a bhava or house generally symbolizes death or anything connected with death. This is very much considered in Deva Prashna also. So, in a horoscope, if Mandi occupies a house, the owner of the house becomes malefic. He is more dangerous than any other malefics. So, in Prashna, if a house is afflicted by Mandi, that indicates something uncommon, some unnatural death, or some mortal soul, a presence of mortal soul, or dead animals, or dead anything connected with the death is considered by the presence of Mandi. And Mandi occupied sign, the Lord of Mandi occupied sign is more dangerous than Mandi. That is a very important thing you have to consider. Let me explain the effect of Mandi with one or two examples. In Deva Prashna, here I have cited example from Deva Prashna. In Deva Prashna, the 4th house considers prasada or sanctorum, mandapa. The mandapa means a small place used for worshipping in front of the sanctorum. Upaveshma, auxiliary house. Vahana, that is Dwaja and the temple, chariot, etc. are considered by Vahana. And the entire temple premises inside the compound wall. Prasada Mandavadini Upaveshmani Vahanam. Kshetra Pradesham Akhilam Chadurthena Vijindayes. The entire temple premises is considered by the 4th house in Deva Prashna. So, suppose there is a presence of Mandi in 4th house in a Deva Prashna. From Aruda, the 4th house is afflicted by Mandi. That indicates that there is something wrong with the the presence of Mandi in 4th indicates the temple is befuddled by the presence of dead beings. Somebody may have a very unnatural experience some unnatural death, or a suicide can be attributed to the presence of Mandi. Somebody may have ended life by hanging or something like that. Some unnatural death is indicated if Mandi is present in the 4th house. or there might be death of human beings occurred. Here, the death may be suicide or any unnatural death. It won't be normally a natural death if Mandi is present. Mandi generally signifies unnatural death. In simple term, we can think of trespass of somebody residing nearby carrying fish or meat in hand, or by some perverse who just crosses the compound. That can also be attributed by the presence of Mandi or Mandi's Navamsha in fourth house. Suppose if Mandi occupies in third house in Deva Prashna, third house generally considered Nivedya, offerings to the deity. Parijaraga or helpers or temple workers is considered by the third house. When the third house is afflicted by Mandi, the Nivedya presented to the deity has become polluted by the presence of dead insects or pests. The inhygiene is Mandi is the Karaka of inhygiene also. If the presence of Mandi is by conjunction of Rahu or Saturn, the death occurred may be unnatural or accidental, like suicide, etc., by poisoning, by taking poison. The third house generally considers food intake. If it is a watery sign in a horoscope, it is a clear indication that the native of the horoscope is very much addicted to drinking. He will be a drunkard. That's an indication there. Because Mandi generally is a Karaka of poison. So third house being a house that considers food, and if it is a watery sign, the food intake may be drinking. So if Mandi is afflicts the third house, which is a watery sign, in the human horoscope, that is clear indication that the person or the native is very much connected with the drinking, or he is very much fond of taking drinks. Now, so effects of Mandi, I have to conclude like this. The following points are very much noteworthy. The Lord of Mandi occupied sign, known as Mandi Rashyadipa, as malefic, is as malefic as Mandi, or more malefic as Mandi. Because Mandi Rashyadipa means the Lord of Mandi occupied sign. If a benefic planet happens to become the owner of Mandi house or Mandi occupied sign, all the benefic attributes will be lost and hence considered as a malefic graha. The sign dispositor of Mandi Navamsha is also treated as malefic. Apart from the normal aspects, other planets, the second and 12th house aspects of Mandi are considered as special full aspect in prashna. Now, to recapitulate the effect of Mandi in a horoscope, I shall cite an example, a single example only, horoscopic chart. In the horoscope, when the Lord of Lagna conjoins with the Lord of 8th house, that is considered as having good longevity or dirghayu. But unfortunately, the native succumbed to death at his 41st year of age. Two conditions have become adverse. The first one is 8th house Lord occupied in a quadrant, and secondly, the Lagna Lord became the Lord of Mandi occupied house. I have already stated that when a benefic planet happens to be the Lord of Mandi house, all its benefic attributes will be ruined. That is what happened here. Just look at the chart. Next slide. Here you can see Virgo or Kanya sign is the Lagna, and it is afflicted by Mandi. Mandi's occupation is there. And you can see Mars, the Lord of 3rd and 8th house, conjoins with Mercury. Mercury is Lagna Lord and as well as 10th Lord. So generally, when Lagna Lord conjoins with the 8th house Lord, that should give good longevity. Good longevity is very much indicated if Lagna Lord conjoins with the 8th house Lord. Good longevity or Dirghayu generally is considered from 66 year to 90 years or more. Here you can see the Lord of 8th house along with the Lord of Lagna. Both are malefic. A malefic should not occupy a quadrant, which is very important. Yes. Here, see, a malefic planet should not occupy a kendra. So, if Ashtamadhipa or the Lord of 8th house occupies a kendra, the full Dirghayu will not be attained. Another important thing is when Mercury happens to be the owner of Mandi occupied sign, all his benefic attributes is lost. So this combination should not come in a kendra. That is the trouble you have had here. So the ascendant sign is Kanya Varga given in the horoscope. You just go to the next slide. The Lord of Lagna as well as the 10th house Lord is owned by Buddha. The Lagna Lord and 8th house Lord are conjoined and positioned in a quadrant, the 4th house. The association of Lagna Lord and 8th house Lord should give good longevity or Dirghayu. The longevity is classified as Alpayu or short longevity, 0 to 33 years. Madhyayu or medium longevity, 33 to 66 years. And Dirghayu or good longevity, which is above 66 years and up to 90 years and more. To have good longevity, the 8th house Lord and Lagna Lord should be strong. Under no circumstances, the 8th house Lord should occupy a quadrant or kendra to have good longevity. In the same way, the Lagna Lord should not be the owner of Mandi occupied house. As the Lagna Lord is the Lord of Mandi occupied sign and the Ashtamadhipa posited in a kendra, the native could not enjoy the Dirghayu and lost his life in his 41st year of age during the Dasha Bhukti Andhara of Kuja, Shani, Shukra. This is what actually happened. These are all I have to give about Mandi. I think you have some idea about Mandi. To explain Mandi, the short period is not sufficient. Anyway, thank you for patiently hearing me. And I extend my sincere thanks to my dearest friend, Sunil Ji, for having given me an opportunity to talk before you in this auspicious day, Guru Purnima day. Thank you all. If you have any doubt, please give me. I can explain if.
One question has come. One question from Mr. Swaraj Yadav.
Yeah.
This example is that you have stated, is it a chart or a prashna chart? As we learned principles for prashna but applied to birth chart.
Yeah. The chart I have shown is in a horoscope because the longevity, etc., is considered here because that was the horoscope of a boy who succumbed to death in his 41st year of age. I have explained. This is the not a prashna. When prashna is there, we cannot. We can just say that something is happening going to happen, or some early what is called the death is very much seen here. Then all these things we can predict.
Right. Yeah. If I may, I have actually 10,000 questions. So I'm going to request you one session. Okay.
Okay.
And when you come, and some of my friends, colleagues, students,
Okay.
we come and we ask stupid questions about which software do you use? You know, do you use Jagannath Hora? Does Jagannath Hora give Mandi calculation correctly? You know, which one option to take? The start point, middle point, end point. Can we ask you those kind of questions? You know,
Yeah,
so
I shall tell you. I usually I use Jagannath Hora except for Mandi. For Mandi, I use some Astrovision software which clearly takes this.
correct. Okay.
Because Dr. Narasimha Rao ji, PVR Narasimha Rao ji, he is not, we have just had a talk about the longitude of Mandi. He is not fully, he do not agree with us because our calculation method is different. He does not agree with that method. But the Kerala astrologers generally go for this. The rising time of Mandi is considered as the childbirth just at the time of Mandi's rising time. And the longitude is calculated and everything is evaluated with that.